So what was that one thing you thought you needed when you became a real estate agent? Or you're a new real estate agent and you're like, Carrie, I just need some help. Now, first of all, most of you are probably like, we're going to get you to the money. But for many of us, it's like a work schedule. You need something to do every day. As a real estate agent, I have to tell you, as much as we think real estate's easy, and as much as we don't want a job, that's why we don't want a job. That is why we became a real estate agent, because we are controlling our own time and nobody's going to tell us what to do. But guess what? It is a new career. You have to give yourself the work and you need to create the job. So I'm going to do that for you today. So over the next 6 weeks, we are going to go over your first 6 weeks in real estate. And this is what I do with my agents. When you become a new real estate agent in our office, I send it to you in email. You've got the classes. You can watch the replays over and over again, and I make you get to work. Sometimes we just need a simple win so we can get into action. So let's do it. I even have my calendar in front of me. I have a calendar. I probably should do this. I'll just show you the calendar. So I have my calendar. And when I say your first 6 in real estate, this is kind of like your jump start to get you moving. Your jump start to get you somewhat organized. And eventually, yes, we're going to get to the goal setting and the business planning and how much money you want to make. But I need you to do some basic things to get started, because we can jump right into a business plan, goal settings, how much money you want to make. But I think if I can get you outside, you might feel a little bit motivated and you might say, oh, this really could feel like HGTV, maybe. So let's just say in a perfect world, you're starting on a Monday. Now you could start this any day you want, but let's just say on a Monday. So day 1, get your notebook. I want you to focus on building a list of everyone you know. I used to like to call it your Christmas card list, but if you don't send out Christmas cards, it could be your list of friends, people you would invite to a party, people that love you, right? So it could be family, it could be friends, it could be neighbors, it could be the people you went to high school with, it could be the people you went to college with, it could be the people you went to grade school with. I still have that crew. I want you can call, text, or email, DM. You could post a link on social media with a Google form. I need you to get their information. And if you're like, well, Carrie, what if they don't want to give it to you or me or you? Tell them you are a real estate agent and you need to build your list. They need to give it to you. And if you're like, I need a better strategy. How about you say, I am building my list of people that I'm going to be inviting to my first real estate event, and I want to make sure you don't miss it. Like, come up with something so people give you the information. You could even go through your mobile device. Maybe you could download it depending on if you have an iPhone, a Droid, if it's connected to Google, you name it. The other thing I want you to do, until you're building out the people you know, we call that your sphere of influence, everyone you know. Then I want you we're going to work on some business cards. We need some business cards. So you might say, well, Carrie, I was told to get a digital business card. If you have that iPhone, I can literally just tap to give it to you. Let me tell you about that. Let me tell you about if I scan your QR code or if I tap to get the information, I don't even remember who you are. So here's the truth, because I guarantee you, if you give me your business card, it's going to end up in the bottom of my purse. But if I scan it, maybe using Evernote, or if I connect with you on social media, or maybe if I write on the back of it on how we met, then when I send you a direct message, or then if I send you a handwritten note card, I am more likely to remember. Let me give you the tip with scanning those QR code business card thingies. If you do scan it, you need to give yourself a note and you need to put it in a format so you can search for it in your contacts, because I can almost guarantee you're not going to remember. The other thing I need you to do is start setting up your multiple listing service. Now, there's a few things you could do. Set up your multiple listing service, go to your local association website and make sure that information is correct. And the same thing with your brokerage. Any online platform that ties into real estate, I need you to do that. And let's just go with your multiple listing service, your brokerage, the local association, the state association, and the national association, and bonus, maybe Realtor Magazine. And then I want you to sit down and work with your company to schedule classes. Like, go figure out when are they having classes. I want you to schedule time to go have some photos done. Like, if you got to get your hair done, if you got to get your nails done, if you got to get your makeup done, do whatever you got to do, but you need to do a professional headshot. If you're like, Carrie, I don't have the budget, I'm just going to need you to stay out of Starbucks or TJ Maxx or somewhere for about 30 days. On Tuesday, day 2, schedule your first multiple listing service classes. And it could just simply be, the basics of the multiple listing service, the rules and regs, or it could be, so like listing entry. In Florida, and I'm licensed in Illinois first, Florida is my second place where we're licensed. We were required to take the first 3 MLS classes. I believe it was listings, basic search, and then compliance. Otherwise, they were not going to let us. They were going to shut us down in like 90 days. So in Illinois, I'm going to say schedule the basics of MLS, and then they have a whole calendar for you. Set up showing time. If you have showing time, set it up. If you don't have showing time, set up the showing system that you have. Learn the rules to showing houses. You cannot go in if you schedule an appointment. I'm not sure where to look. If you schedule an appointment, you cannot go in early, you cannot go in late, and the appointment has to be confirmed. Let me say that again. You cannot go in early, you cannot go in late, and the appointment must be confirmed. Seriously, that is the one place where it's an automatic fine. And let me not scare you. If you're not, this is why I'm telling you to set up whatever showing tool you're using. I use my calendar. I'll put in the address. I'll say confirmed on this date. And then I make sure that I get text messages from showing time to make sure it's confirmed. If you are running late, the tip is make a phone call, text the agent, hey, we're running late. Is it still okay that we go in, get it in writing? If you have showing time, you can go and update and try to reschedule. Create a sample client in the multiple listing service. So now this is in no specific order. I'm just giving you the work you could do on a Tuesday. So now you scheduled your first MLS class, you've set up your showing time, you kind of know the rules, and then I want you to create a sample client. I'm going to say a fake client with your name and maybe your personal email, because then you're going to get emailed somewhere else when you start to create searches for this fictitious person. On Tuesday, continue adding people to your sphere. On Wednesday, learn the steps to home ownership. Now, there's a simple cheat. If you actually have Cloud CMA, they have the steps to home ownership. Your brokerage might have them. In Illinois, I have them because we also work with attorneys. So I want you to learn the steps to home ownership. If you went to Cloud CMA, you could print out that one piece of paper, and then I want you to read it out loud. Read it out loud, even though it might not make sense to you yet. Then I want you to literally, of the people you've been trying to get into your list since Monday and Tuesday, I want you to phone a friend, text 2 or 3 of them and say, listen, I'm a new real estate agent and I need to practice. Can I read the steps to home ownership to you? And you're going to read it. And then they might even ask you questions and you're going to feel like, oh, I don't know what to do. That's okay. But they're not buying, you're practicing. And you could even practice reading them with another real estate agent in the office. I want you to determine what your local association offers for training. I want you to also go back and make sure you know what your office offers, and then continue adding people to your sphere of influence. So that's Wednesday. Now, Thursday, we're on day number 4. I want you to schedule a showing. Now, let me be clear. I do not want you to schedule showings where properties are, occupied and people are available. Or in the home, they got to move kids out of the house to let you in. So let me say this. I want you to ask one of your friends, say, hey, this weekend, I need to practice showing homes, and I want you to look for a property that's vacant, right? Or I want you to look for a property where you can let the listing agent know that you are doing a preview, right? You go with the rules. And if you are bringing someone with you, you've read them the steps of home ownership. And then I want you to go schedule the appointment, because many times even new agents think, I can schedule right now, let's go. That's not always true. Some homes require 24 hours notice. Some properties require 2 hours notice. Some you could see right away, like a vacant home. So schedule, learn the steps of home ownership, read them out loud, call a friend to practice with, or practice with another agent. And then on Thursday, I want you to schedule a showing. I want you to create a buyer packet. I can almost guess your company has one. If they don't, our MLS offers Cloud CMA. I know that in Illinois, in Midwest Real Estate Data, and Stellar MLS. I need you to practice opening a lockbox. Now, this is the value of, and you need to, I should also say, around Wednesday, you should make sure your central lock or super, whatever you're using, is set up on your mobile device so you can access the property. Because you need to practice opening a lockbox. There's nothing like getting to a property and you're like, oh, I never downloaded that. How do I get in? That part. Schedule more MLS classes. If you are full-time, you can literally take one class a day. You're going to be overwhelmed. Try to take 2 classes a week. 2 classes a week, you could do them in the same day. And if you're like, I just want to learn more, you can take more. And then on Thursday, go and Google, look at Eventbrite, see if there's some networking events with real estate. Your local association has them, the state association, NAR. They have Young Professionals Network. We've got Women's Council. We've got NAREP. We've got the Alliance. They've got ARIA. You've got NAREP. You've got all these, you've got the Asian Network. You have all these different organizations where you can learn, network with other real estate agents. Now, do I want you to network with people you don't know? Absolutely. But go network with some real estate agents. Now we're on Friday. It's day number 5. Order some announcement cards to announce to the world that you're a real estate agent. That is why on Monday, when I told you to start getting a list of everyone you know, you order your announcement cards. You could literally order them earlier if you want. I want you to handwrite announcements. You're like, Carrie, that's a lot. Okay, fine. You can have them printed. I would prefer that you handwrite them because it'll get you into the practice of being authentic with people that might hire you. So it's up to you. Even though you're going to order an announcement card, you can also create the announcement card in Canva, and you could also create a social media post announcing that you're an agent. Let's see. So you're going to plan to send those notes, and then review your week. Did you go through all of this? And then are you ready for your Saturday showings? Are you ready? Were they confirmed? And I'm giving you like the high level version of this. If you were to take the full course with me, I really get into detail on how you can do this well. But on Saturday, day 6, make sure you provide agency to your client. So I didn't even talk about going over learning agency. Maybe you could also, when you learn the steps of home ownership, in Illinois, we use the Consumer's Guide to Agency. I actually highly recommend that you work with your brokerages on learning how to explain exclusive agency. But I want you to talk to your clients about agency. Now, you could do this when you go read the steps of home ownership. Even if you're not sure 100% how that works, I'm almost sure you can get information about agency from your brokerage and or on the association website. I want you to show the homes you scheduled, confirming that you were able to get in. Bring the buyer a packet. Cloud CMA. I know some companies use Moxie. Create a buyer packet and put it. I wish I had a folder in front of me and put it in a folder. Let's see. Bring the packet. You could also email the buyer packet. Cloud CMA has a great one. I think that, first time out, share it with a client. Great testimony would be, I remember when I would teach new agent training at my local association in person, and one agent said, Carrie, I took a client out. This client had picked 2 agents and hadn't signed up with either of them yet. So both of you are working for free as far as I'm concerned. But the real estate agent said they hired him because he came with a home buyer packet. Now, I do believe you should have a buyer consultation first. And then after you have showings, you're going to get email from Showing Time or whatever showing tool you're using. Give feedback. You don't have to go all in. Now, we could talk about feedback another day, but really, here's my feedback. If I see questions, did your buyer write an offer on another property? Yes, that's good enough. What did your buyer think of the home? Oh, the home was great, just not for them. Like, I'm not going in to make the seller even more frustrated. And it's not my job to really help the other agent, but I am going to give feedback, something to maybe give their seller some basic information. Okay, so that was your week 1. Next week, I'm going to come back and do your first. So in the first 6 weeks, I'm going to give you week 2. But let me just recap. Most important, I need you to create a list. Number two, and I don't care if it's in Microsoft Excel because we can upload that to a client relationship manager management tool later. I want you to schedule classes, MLS, update your showing time. I want you to practice the steps to home ownership and agency. I want you to schedule a showing with a buyer. And if you're like, Carrie, I'm terrified, take a friend to an open house. Go through that process. Like if you go out and you start moving, you are more likely to actually do the business. If you wait and wait, you become the smartest, brokest agent. Don't be that person. Create an announcement. You ordered your business cards, and then go show houses or go look at new construction or open houses on the weekend. Now remember, if you're previewing a home, let the agent know you are previewing. Another tip I have for all of you is I like to give agents the first 6 weeks, the first 90 days in real estate as a part of your first 6 weeks. So what I'm going to do for all of you, in the description, I am giving you week 1 and your first 30 days, your first month, things you need to do as a new real estate agent. Now, is there more you could do? Absolutely. But by checking these things off, it will help you stay focused and it'll help you actually do the business of real estate. Thank you for watching another episode of Learn to Earn with me. I am Carrie Little, the designated managing broker of CarMarc Realty Group here in Illinois or here in Florida. Please take a second and make sure that you subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you want to continue learning, I do have a playlist, Learn to Earn, or check out this video, What Do You Do When You Don't Have the Answers? And then this video on real estate goals, your money, and your schedule. Thanks for watching. Check the description where I'm going to give you a few freebies. And if you want to take your learning to the next level, feel free to invest in my mini course, Your First 6 Weeks in Real Estate.